Part 88. My evil Imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 871. Lum Wan's teasing made Commander 11 walk away quickly, as if afraid of contracting some kind of plague. The beautiful woman in the lead looked at Lum Wan with a veiled gaze, and felt even more disgusted with this well-known county master of the Jinpeng clan. Especially when he thought that this shameless county master might have also molested the great commander, an inexplicable anger rose in his heart. However, he endured and didn't say much. After all, the demon cultivator of the Jinpeng tribe was still useful to the king and the great commander, so he led the group into the hall. Although Lum Wan and the others had never been to the main hall of the Fox clan's palace, they still knew something from the memory of the great commander of the Fox clan, but they pretended to be curious at this time. Mo Yan followed the fox woman without squinting, and occasionally said a few words gently, revealing a feeling of affection. That fox woman is very good at grasping the degree, and she is not overly enthusiastic about Mo Yan's tender affection, but she is not cold. It can be seen that this is a method used by the fox women to seduce and hang the great commander, but it is a pity that it is now replaced by Mo Yan. Soon, they entered the hall through the corridor. In the main hall, a handsome and gentle middle-aged man sat on the head, and beside him sat a gorgeous and unparalleled beauty in palace attire. My subordinates pay tribute to the king, the queen. As soon as Mo Yan saw the two demons above, he immediately stepped forward and saluted. The beautiful woman also saluted respectfully, "Meet your majesty, queen." "I have seen the Fox King and Queen." Yeking Han smiled. He just greeted him intentionally, as if he was still the third prince who made a fortune in the Jinpeng clan. Lum Wan and Nailange also imitated his appearance and greeted him, but their attitudes were not too respectful. No courtesy. The Fox King's voice was a bit warm and jade-like, and it made people feel good when he heard it. The third prince of the Jinpeng clan and his sons and daughters have long understood the temperament of the Fox King. Of course, everyone in Lum Wan knew that this was definitely the Fox King's disguise. Because the county master of the Jinpeng clan is more arrogant and presumptuous, Lum Wan boldly raised her head and looked at the two demons above. When she saw the Fox King, it matched the image and temperament she expected, but when she saw the queen, her expression remained the same, but her heart was turned upside down. Not to mention her, Yeking Han and Nailange were shocked when they saw the queen's appearance, but both of them had a palace and did not reveal it. "The third prince, the prince, and the princess, please take a seat." The Fox King was very gentle and courteous. After a few people sat down, the Fox King asked Yeking Han some questions about the Jinpeng clan, most of which were tentative. Yeking Han answered one by one without leaking. However, Lum Wan stared at the queen as if absent-mindedly. The Fox King and queen naturally also noticed her burning gaze. "The princess, but there are flowers on this palace's face," the queen asked indifferently. Her voice was soft and glutinous, and there was a kind of atmosphere. No joy or anger could be heard. "The queen does have flowers on her face." Lum Wan smiled, showing a bit of shyness. "She is as beautiful as a flower. The queen is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. I can't help but stare blankly. Don't blame the queen." The queen didn't expect her to say such a thing, but every woman naturally likes to hear such kind words. With a smile on her face, the county lord's little mouth is really smeared with honey. "It's really the queen that amazes me," Lum Wan replied with a polite smile. The Fox King knew the name of the Jinpeng county master. In fact, it was rumored in Yeyu that she was not taboo between men and women. In addition to robbing men into the mansion, she also raised a lot of beautiful women in private. Seeing her staring at her queen so straightforwardly, and guessing that those messages might not be groundless, I felt a little unhappy. "Three lords, you must be tired from coming all the way. This king will let Datong lead you down to rest." Fox King and Yeking Han chatted for a few more words. Yeking Han got up knowingly and hugged his hands. "Okay. I'll talk to the Fox King another day." Lum Wan and Nailange also got up and said their goodbyes. When he reached the door, Lum Wan turned to look at the queen reluctantly before leaving with Mo Yan. The beautiful fox woman also left the hall with them. After Lum Wan and the others left, the Fox King took the queen's hand and looked at her gently and asked, "How do you think of them?" He was naturally asking about the 3 demon cultivators of the Jinpeng clan. The queen's red lips hooked and said, "The third prince is a little clever, but he can't make a big deal, but he can guide and use it." The prince looked like he didn't have deep scheming, and felt a little reckless. She paused, and said casually, "As for the princess, it's a bit interesting." "Oh," the Fox King continued to ask with a smile, "what does the queen think? She is funny?" But no one has ever dared to stare at Ben Gong so boldly and recklessly, but her temperament is more direct and arrogant, but she is the best to clean up. The queen winked at the Fox King. From what she heard, she didn't care about the 3 demon cultivators of the Jinpeng clan, and even said that she was a little contemptuous. Seeing her so seductively, the Fox King's body suddenly froze in half, and he couldn't wait to get up and hug her, and disappeared into the hall in a flash. Soon there was the sound of Hungji's panting from the palace's bedroom. The 3 of Lum Wan were placed in a side hall of the palace, and Mo Yan arranged them and left with the beautiful woman. In the palace of the Fox clan, it was not easy for them to get together, so they went back to their rooms. However, Lum Wan had a secret technique passed down by Tianxuan's ancestors. She took out an inconspicuous gray stone to play with. As soon as her mind moved, a trace of her soul power entered the stone, and she also summoned a trace of Mo Yan and Yeking Han's soul power into it. Because she wanted to talk about some secrets, she didn't summon Nalan Song. After entering the gray stone, the 3 people's soul power immediately transformed into their own appearance and sat on a stone chair in a garden. This stone is made of a special god-level spiritual object. It has heaven and earth inside, and is full of flowers. It is a self-contained body and is specially used to accommodate the soul. Mo Yan, do you have anything to say? Lum Wan asked first when she saw Mo Yan's pale face. Mo Yan's eyes darkened and he sighed, "If you have any questions, just ask." He wasn't going to hide Lum Wan and the others. "Do you have anything to do with the queen of the Fox clan?" Lum Wan and Mo Yan didn't need to be tempted, so they asked straight to the point. From the moment they entered the hall to see the Fox King and the queen, she found that although Mo Yan's expression did not change and he did not lose his composure, his mood fluctuated so much that even she could feel it. And after seeing the appearance of the queen, the seeds of doubts arose in her heart. "My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant." Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 872. Lum Wan wondered about the relationship between Mo Yan and the Fox Queen, and Yeking Han was also a little curious. Mo Yan had already guessed what Lum Wan was going to ask, and he laughed at himself. "She used to be my mother-in-law." Lum Wan was stunned, and murmured softly, "No wonder. No wonder the queen of the Fox clan looks like Mo Yan in 6 or 7 points." She kept staring at each other, and the more she looked, the more she felt that the 2 were strikingly similar. It turned out that they were actually mother and son. "Your father married the queen of the Fox clan?" Lum Wan asked with a frown. Mo Yan nodded. "She was my father's queen before the Spirit Devourer clan was captured by the Fox clan. Later, my father died inexplicably, and she disappeared with it. If it weren't for the sudden death of his father, he would not be able to inherit the throne with a cultivation base that merged with the Middle Realm, which not only attracted the concern of foreigners, but also attracted the ambitions of the clan's ambitious clansmen for the throne. He was really tired at the time." "After she disappeared, have you looked for her?" Lum Wan asked. Mo Yan nodded and said, "I found it, but there was no news at the time." Although that woman's feelings for him have been cold since childhood, he still had a lot of admiration for her back then. "Do you know that she is now the queen of the Fox clan?" Lum Wan's tone was more certain. When Mo Yan saw the mood swings of the queen of the Fox clan, She could feel it was not because of an accident, but a complex disgust. I know, it was because I found out some information about her that I was almost killed by a sneak attack by a subordinate. I focused on training. Mo Yan narrowed his eyes and said, she betrayed her father and queen and turned around and became the queen of the Fox clan. Mo Yan's tone was flat, but Lum Wan couldn't help feeling distressed. So she is the queen of your father's king. In fact, to destroy the spirit-devouring beast family, Lum Wan tapped the stone table lightly with her fingers. Well, back then my father loved her to the bone, and despite the opposition of other high-level leaders of the Spirit Devourer, he insisted on marrying her. After marriage, he held her in the palm of his hand, and it also caused dissatisfaction among many elders of the royal family. There was a rare sarcasm on Mo Yan's face, who would have thought that a white-eyed wolf would be spoiled. How much he longed for maternal love back then, how much he admired that woman, how much he hates it now. He used to hate that woman, but now he doesn't have that hatred anymore, because he no longer has the slightest feeling for the so-called mother. Especially watching her sit next to other men and become another man's wife, he just finds it disgusting. After hearing Mo Yan's words, Lum Wan and Ye Qinghan were extremely surprised, and they didn't know how to comfort him. After all, whoever encounters such a mother will be somewhat unacceptable. She should have had a purpose before marrying your father. Lum Wan's eyes were filled with a coldness, but if the hatred you were almost killed by a sneak attack really had something to do with her, wouldn't I? I'll let her go. If Mo Yan hadn't inadvertently obtained the most top-secret method of the spirit-devouring clan, he would have been a pile of dead bones now. That woman who is a mother is really cruel. Whether she played a role in the sneak attack on me back then, I must avenge the revenge of killing my father. There was no turbulence in Mo Yan's eyes, as if this day would always come. His father loves him very much. He brought him up from a young age, taught him the principles of survival, and guided him to practice. He is a qualified and loving father. Lum Wan felt very uncomfortable. She didn't expect Mo Yan's life experience to be like this. You don't have to feel bad for me, I've long let go and looked down on me. She gave birth to me and didn't support me. Once I died once, it should be regarded as compensation for her life. Mo Yan saw the pain in Lum Wan's eyes. With pity and resentment, his heart warmed, and he reached out and touched her head to reassure her. In this life, he has a father and a king, and Lum Wan is enough. Ye Qinghan sighed and didn't speak. He knew that Mo Yan didn't need comfort. I think that woman is not simple, even deeper than the Fox King's scheming. After a while, Lum Wan calmed down the fluctuating emotions and said, will there be any secrets in the past? She is also a woman. She feels that the queen does not love the Fox King much, but has a sense of disobedience. This is the sixth sense. Perhaps solving the mystery of her betrayal of Mo Yan's father back then will be the key to our breakthrough in the nine-tailed fox clan, Ye Qinghan said. Mo Yan pondered for a while, then pursed his lips. Let's find the treasure that will wake up Ming Xiu first. Revenge is not in a hurry. He also wanted to find out the truth about his father's death back then, but he was definitely inseparable from that woman. Well, when the Fox clan relaxes our vigilance, let's go look for the Fox clan's treasure. Lum Wan nodded in agreement. There are more and more mysteries of the Fox clan, which can only be solved slowly one by one. At the same time, in the queen's bedroom, the Fox King was lying on the big bed and was sleeping very deeply, and the woman beside him stood up expressionlessly. She glanced at the Fox King coldly, making sure that he would not wake up, put on her clothes and turned into a secret room. In the secret room, there was a comfortable reclining chair, and on the reclining chair was half a woman who was flipping through a book. The woman who entered the secret room said to the woman on the reclining chair, he has fallen into a deep sleep. And the woman on the couch moaned softly, and continued to focus on flipping through the book in her hand. The woman who entered the secret room consciously stood behind the woman on the reclining chair and waited. If anyone is here, they will be surprised, because the two women look exactly the same, and there is not much difference in temperament. Time passed quickly, and Lum Wen and the others had been in the Fox clan's palace for a month. This month, King Fox summoned Ye King Han several times. The content of each conversation revolved around the throne of the Jinpeng clan. In fact, it was actually in a disguised way to instigate Ye King Han to find a way to get rid of King Jinpeng. Ye King Han also expressed great resentment towards King Jinpeng, and very much agreed to remove King Jinpeng. However, the Fox King did not give a plan to let them endure for a while, and then basically did not summon them. And the queen of the Fox family never appeared again. Lum Wen often visits the palace during this month, especially when she sees a beautiful man. She always has to tease her, whether it is a guard or a minister of the Fox clan, she has not let go. So now in the palace, as long as a man sees Lum Wen, he will definitely hide away, treating her like a plague. If there is no beautiful man to flirt with, she will go to flirt with beautiful women instead. Not only did she move her hands and feet, she said that the beauties of the Fox clan looked like they had seen a ghost, and they couldn't hide from her. So Lum Yuyan spent a month and became the most unpopular person in the palace. This is very in line with her will, and there are many benefits. Wherever she went, others scattered away like the plague. She basically visited the palace of the Fox clan without much hindrance, and also gained some gains. She found in total that there were 3 restricted areas in the Fox clan's palace, and she could not step into them for the time being. As long as she got close, the Fox clan demon cultivators in the fusion realm would come out to stop them. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant author, Land by Gezi. Chapter 873. On this day, the nine-tailed Fox King received an invitation from the Poison Flame Spider King, and he took the queen to the Poison Flame Spider clan. Before leaving, he secretly instructed Mo Yan to appease the third prince, and he could act when he came back. Mo Yan agreed on the surface, knowing in his heart that the nine-tailed Fox King's trip to the Poison Flame Spider clan this time should be to discuss a plan to win the Tianpeng clan. But this is also an opportunity for them. During this time, when the Fox King is away, they can look for an opportunity to steal the treasure. The Fox King left, followed by 8 commanders. The remaining commander, the chief commander who pretended to be Mo Yan, was the oldest. The 11th commander also stayed, but now that he sees Lum Wen, he takes a detour. On this day, Lum Wen and several people gathered together in the Greystone space to discuss. I got a little bit of news from the woman of the Fox clan. The 11 commanders may know the whereabouts of the treasure of the Fox clan, Mo Yan said. Lum Wen thought that every time the 11th commander saw her, it was like seeing a ghost and it was funny. She squinted her eyes and said, if Li is not around, you can't deprive your memory, otherwise you can control the 11 commanders. Don't look at the 11th commander as a dummy on the outside, but he's actually very cunning and good at calculating. It's hard to do without Rueli's memory stripping. Mo Yan had a lot of dealings with the 11th commander during this time. Now that the nine-tailed Fox King is not here, it is the best time for us to steal the treasure. If we miss this time, it will be difficult to act in the future. Ye King Han frowned. Lum Wen pondered for a moment, then raised his head and said, well, I'll go to the 3 secret places to explore first. If there is no treasure, where should I start from the 11 commanders? How to inquire? Do you want to sneak in? Mo Yan guessed her plan at a glance. They have all looked through the memory of the commander, but the commander has no authority to enter these 3 secret places, and even the news is not very clear. The commander had also suspected that these 3 secret places had some big secrets before, and tried to find out. But in the end, he was warned by the Fox King, and since then he lost his usual special favor and sent him to the Tianpeng clan as an undercover agent. Since then, the great commander has never dared to inquire about the news of the 3 secret places. This method is not bad, but the Fox clan guarding the secret place never leaves a distance of 100 meters outside the secret place. Are we killing all the people first and imitating their breath with the respiration pill? Nalan Song thinks this approach is a bit inappropriate. If they kill the guards or control them to impersonate, but they have no memory of them, they will be exposed if there is a sudden change. Lum Wan pursed her lips and said with a smile, "Who said I'm going to use Fuxi pill?" Seeing her confident appearance, Nalanj's mind lit up. He raised his eyebrows and said, "Do you want to use an invisibility charm?" "Yup." This woman once sold the kind of invisibility amulet that could hide her breath in the battlefield outside the territory. With such a thing, why risk the use of respiration pills? "You're not too stupid," Lum Wan smiled. They couldn't get into the 3 secret places, and the guards hiding in the surrounding fusion environment had no less than 10 demon cultivators in each place. After entering the fusion realm, they can control the realm, even if they can kill each other in a few breaths, but they can't keep the news from spreading. Sword masters in the time fusion realm of a breath can spread the news through the realm, so they can't take such a risk. "Then let's set off at night." Ye King Han curled his lips and smiled, but fortunately Lum Wan usually likes to fiddle with talismans, and invisibility talismans are really good things. Lum Wan nodded, turned his eyes to Nalan Ge and said, "You and Mo Yan change your identities." Nalanj rolled her eyes at her. "Why should I change my identity? Can't I go to the Fox clan's territory? Does this woman want to leave him behind?" Don't think about it. It's not that you can't go, it's that you have to do more important things," Lum Wan said with a wink. Nalanj frowned and asked, "What's more important?" He always felt that this woman was not at ease. "Naturally it's for us." Lum Wan cast a trusting look at him. "The commander is the chief of the Fox clan, it would be troublesome if the Fox clan could not find him suddenly, so you dressed up instead of Mo Yan. Chengda commander, cover for us." "Can't Mo Yan continue to dress up?" "He dresses up so well." Nalanj was actually very curious about the 3 secret places. "Mo Yan is the one we know the most about the demon clan, and he must follow him. King Han is not as good as you in acting, so naturally this heavy responsibility can only fall on you," Lum Wan said. Nalanj said angrily, "How could I meet a woman like you?" He also knew that the great commander could not disappear, and what Lum Wan said was the truth, so he could only accept this arrangement. "That's how it is." Lum Wan smiled and cast a polite look at him and reassured him, "After we successfully find the treasure, I will brew a few pots of fine wine to reward you." Nalanj is also an alcoholic person, so he desperately wants to follow Lum Wan and the others, in addition to having fun, just to drink spirit wine from time to time. "Do you think I'm a child? You can just coax me." Nalan Ge pouted arrogantly, but felt a lot more comfortable in her heart, considering that this woman still has a little conscience. Several people talked again, and after making a plan, Mo Yan and Nalan Ge switched identities. Boom! Suddenly, there were several loud noises in the greystone space, and a black shadow flew out from a distance. "Jun Luokan is out." Lum Yu's cigarette lips raised an arc. After Jun Luokan came out of the extraterritorial battlefield, he began to retreat. Because he was in a state of soul, he could directly enter and live in the greystone space. The greystone space is a divine treasure refined by Master Lum Wan's master Design Zun. Jun Luokan's soul is hidden in it, and it is impossible for the Fox King to find it, so she will bring him here. After all, this fellow has lived the longest among them, and his knowledge is naturally the most extraordinary. Jun Luokan moved to Lum Wan and others to sit down. "Is your body remodeled?" Lum Wan asked with raised eyebrows. Jun Luokan seemed to be in a good mood and said, "Of course, how could I fail?" "When are you going to merge the 2 into 1?" Lum Wan continued to ask. The god-level spirits obtained from the extraterritorial battlefield can reshape the body that Jun Luokan once lost, but if you want to use it completely, you still need to combine the soul and the body. Let's talk about it. When you steal the treasure of the Fox clan and leave the realm of the nine-tailed fox, Jun Luokan said. His wish to reshape his body has been completed, and he can merge into one at any time, but now it is not so urgent. I felt an inexplicable pull in the palace of the Fox clan. I suspect that there may be something from the demon clan here. He paused and added. That's why he rushed out of the customs when Lum Wen and the others were in action. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 874. Hearing Jun Luokan's words, Lum Wen was stunned. She frowned and asked, you mean that the nine-tailed fox clan may have colluded with the demon clan? I'm not very sure, I just felt a very gloomy aura, like a ghost beast from the demon realm. Jun Luokan paused and said, the specifics will only be known after investigation. He has been away from the demon realm for too long, so if there is something new coming out of the demon race, it will be difficult for him to judge immediately. Okay, let's do it tonight. Night falls, and the stars are shining. Lum Wen, just in case, gave each of them a face-changing pill to wear, and changed their appearance. Then each one put on a 10th rank invisibility amulet and quietly sneaked towards the first place. Naolange, on the other hand, dressed up resentfully as a grand commander, and dragged the high-ranking fox demons in the palace to drink, and by the way, he talked about the whereabouts of the treasure of the Fox clan to see if anyone knew. In the memory of the great commander, the treasures of the Fox clan are guarded by several mysterious elders of the Fox clan. As for where, apart from the king and the queen, no other demon cultivator knows, including 12 commanders. Of course, there are exceptions to everything. As for whether the 11 commanders knew, or how they knew it, it was a mystery. The first secret place is behind the rockery in a remote garden of the palace. 2 demon cultivators who merged with the upper realm were hidden near the rockery, and they carefully dived in from the entrance. They walked towards the depths from the rockery in pitch darkness. After about half an hour, they were blocked by a closed stone gate. We'll wait here for about a cup of tea. I've observed it before, and there should be a shift at that point. Lum Wen transmitted a voice transmission to Mo Yan and Yeking Han. Kindness. Sure enough, after a cup of tea, the closed stone gate suddenly opened, and 2 demon cultivators who were also in the upper realm emerged from the inside. The demon cultivator who had previously lurked outside the rockery was replaced. Lum Wen and the others were not in a hurry to go in. They quietly followed after the 2 demon cultivators outside the rockery entered the stone gate. Boom! As soon as the 2 demon cultivators entered the door, the stone gate behind them closed automatically. The 2 demons didn't speak either, and walked forward silently all the way. The road ahead is a corridor made of stones, and the top of the corridor is inlaid with many night pearls. Lum Wen found that the 2 demon cultivators walked very regularly in the corridor, and she also motioned Yeking Han and Mo Yan to learn to walk in that way. Through the constantly changing stone steps, Lum Wen found that this was indeed a formation, and if he did not walk in a fixed way, the formation would be activated. This should be a means to deal with outsiders. They followed the 2 demon cultivators all the way forward, turned a few corridors, and verified through various handprint breaths before the stone gates in front of them opened one after another. Lum Wen was more fortunate that they didn't choose to break into the secret place alone before, otherwise they would trigger the trap by accident, and if they opened the stone gates inside, they would definitely disturb the demon cultivator of the Fox clan. Following this all the way, after about an hour, they finally reached the stone gate at the end. The stone gate opened, and Lum Wen and the 3 quickly squeezed in. As soon as they entered the stone gate, they were stunned by the sight in front of them. Surrounded by a very empty hall, there are huge corpses of monsters placed all over the hall. From time to time, There are people of the Fox tribe wearing robes of the same color holding various tools to examine the well-preserved corpses by special means. Lum Wen swept around and found that the bodies of each monster were of different races, and their cultivations before death were all fusion realms. There are at least hundreds of monster races here, she said. This place includes the top 100 monster races in the monster realm. Mo Yan's eyes were fixed on the white corpse in the innermost part, and his whole body exuded a cold air. Lum Wen and Yeking Han followed his gaze and found that the white corpse was the same spirit-devouring beast as Mo Yan's transformed body. The invisibility talisman refined by Lum Wen can see each other's existence as long as they add a kind of restriction. I have found it. Suddenly, an excited old voice sounded in the originally dull hall. All the demon cultivators in the hall looked at the old man in unison, and one of the middle-aged male protagonists walked over and said respectfully, 5 elders, please. The old man pointed to the armpit of a monster similar to a leopard and said, the weak point of his body has been found by the old man, and it is here. With a smile on his face, the middle-aged man instructed a demon cultivator behind him, bring a demon cultivator from the lightning leopard clan over here. Yes. The demon cultivator at the back quickly disappeared into the hall, and after a while, he brought in a young man who was bound all over his body. What are you doing? The man was bound by a dark green vine and couldn't move at all, and asked with horror in his eyes. But the demon cultivator of the Fox clan ignored him at all. The middle-aged man untied the wooden vine on his body and suddenly slapped it with a palm. The young man of the lightning leopard clan was forced to transform into his body. Then the 5 elders gathered the demon power on the 2 fingers, and quickly attacked the underarms of the lightning leopard. The lightning leopard, who was still alive, froze immediately after being hit by the 5th elder in the armpit. Although it is only a few breaths of time, it can determine the outcome of a battle. This lightning leopard, which had transformed into its main body, was only a cultivation of the Tianyuan realm. After being hit by a weakness, its body was paralyzed for a few breaths. Before there was too much reaction, it was slapped on the head by the 5 elders, and immediately died of anger. Take it. The middle-aged man took out a black porcelain bottle to suck the soul of lightning leopard away, and instructed the demon cultivator behind him. Yes, the demon cultivator walked out of the hall with the body of lightning leopard in his arms. The middle-aged man smiled at the 5th elder and said, congratulations to the 5th elder for researching the weakness of the lightning leopard. The speed of the 5 elders is really fast. It only took less than 100 years to discover the weaknesses of more than a dozen high-level demon clans. I can't wait for it, a demon cultivator standing beside the 5th elder complimented him. The expression of the 5th elder did not change, and he said lightly, the old man is tired, let's take a step first. He was very satisfied with his results, but he didn't feel much after hearing such compliments, so he went back to his room to rest. The middle-aged man watched the 5th elder leave, squinted his eyes, then turned to the other demon cultivators and said, everyone, go ahead, as long as you quickly find out the weaknesses of the remaining corpses, everyone will be able to leave here sooner. There are rules for entering the hall. You must find out the weaknesses of the monsters before you can go out to rest for a while. If all the weaknesses of the monsters here are found, you can rest for a long time. After the others were excited, only numbness remained, so they dispersed and continued to study the corpse of the monster. But they didn't know that such a move had already fallen into the eyes of Lum Wen and the others. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 875. Lum Wen already knew the secrets hidden in this secret place, but she couldn't leave now, she had to follow a demon cultivator out. Taking advantage of this time, Lum Wen separated from Mo Yan and Yeking Han, and looked around at the monster corpses in the hall and the monster cultivators who were researching around the corpses. They wandered in the hall for about 2 hours. The middle-aged man opened the stone door and left, and they also took the opportunity to follow. After leaving the rockery, the middle-aged man walked all the way to the palace outside, and they followed him. When they discovered that he had actually gone to the second secret place, they immediately followed. Before Lum Wen was worried that there was no time to change shifts in the second secret place, now with the guidance of the middle-aged man, they could easily enter. The second secret place is under a lotus pond in the palace. There was a whirlpool entrance in the depths of the lotus pond, and the three of Lum Wen were almost drawn into the middle-aged man. After getting out of the whirlpool, Lum Wen hurriedly pulled Ye Qinghan and Mo Yan forward and left the whirlpool mouth some distance away. The middle-aged man frowned and looked around, and stretched out his hand in the direction of the whirlpool to stimulate a few sword qi. When he found that the sword energy was not in the vortex, and there was no movement around him, he laughed and shook his head, turned and walked forward. When he entered the whirlpool just now, he seemed to feel that something was following him. Now it seems that the gravitational force of the whirlpool made him have an illusion. The three of Lum Wen also breathed a sigh of relief. The whirlpool also needed a familiar verification atmosphere to pass, so they could only enter next to the middle-aged man. After passing through a damp passage, stone doors also appeared at intervals in front of them. And the further he went inside, the more Lum Wen felt that the yin around him was much thicker. These yin qi are somewhat similar to those at the bottom of the Xianxia cliffs in the Tianling continent. Generally, only demon cultivators like this kind of environment. After opening the last stone door, Lum Wen squeezed in and saw that it was full of black pools. The surface of each black pool was bubbling, and the surrounding yin qi was several times thicker than that at the bottom of the Xianxia cliff. The man took out a magic weapon to activate it, and a circle of yellow light enveloped him, and also isolated the surrounding yin evil from the yellow light. "I've seen the steward." Several black shadows emerged from the surrounding walls and bowed to the middle-aged man. "Why are you looking for me?" "Have a new discovery," the middle-aged man asked seriously. "Steward, recently the ghost beasts in the deep pool devoured each other and created a king, who has just been promoted to the fusion realm." A black shadow pointed to the deepest pool and said. The middle-aged butler showed a bit of a smile on his tensed face, and said, "Very good, you did a good job." After he finished speaking, he walked near the deep pool, took out the black porcelain bottle prepared in advance, and kept chanting spells in his mouth. Soon, the black water surface of the deep pool was gurgling with bigger bubbles. A huge ghost beast stretched out a head and stared at the porcelain bottle in his hand with fiery eyes. The ghost beast is a kind of magical beast cultivated by the demon race. The intelligence under the fusion environment is not very high, and it will not transform into a human form. And once you break through to the fusion realm, not only will your intelligence increase a lot, but you can also transform into a human form. "You brought a living soul." The ghost beast rolled his eyes and looked at the middle-aged man uttering words. The middle-aged man smiled and nodded. "Congratulations on your promotion to the fusion realm." "Humph, even if you advance to the fusion realm, you still don't want to be controlled by you," the ghost beast snorted coldly, with a bad attitude. "Since they were caught here, they have been cursed by the Fox clan, and they cannot betray at all, otherwise they will be punished by the curse, and life is better than death. They devoured each other from countless ghosts, and it took hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of years to unlock their spiritual wisdom, and then continue to devour their fellow clan or devour living souls to advance. It took him only a few hundred years from the initiation of spiritual wisdom to fusion realm. He was considered to be the most talented among the ghost beasts, but he was very unwilling in his heart. Because fate is already in the hands of others. Your Majesty doesn't want to control you, he just needs you to do something." The middle-aged man didn't care about the attitude of the ghost beast. "If it weren't for our Fox clan, you wouldn't be able to devour a lot of the same clan and living souls to advance so quickly, so we can get what we need." "Humph," the ghost beast snorted coldly, acquiescing to his words. "If he is still cultivating in the demon domain and has not been sent here, it is estimated that his cultivation base can only be promoted to the Tianyuan realm at most. Our king has agreed that as long as the unification of the demon domain takes over the mainland, you will be set free. You can rest assured about this. The middle-aged man changed the topic and said, "This is also agreed with the saints of your demon domain." "Absolutely not. We'll break his word. The saint of our clan hasn't come for a long time," the ghost beast said. In the past, when he was still in the Tianyuan realm, the saint son or saint of the demon domain would send some yin evil stones over at regular intervals, but in the past 10 years, their breath has not appeared. The demon domain has not been very peaceful recently. In addition, many of the yin evil stones sent by the 3 saints last time will be enough for a few more years, the middle-aged man said. There are still 2 years before the agreed time, and they also need to prepare. The ghost beast was silent for a moment and asked, "Where did you take the other ghost beasts from the fusion realm?" "All the ghost beasts in the yin pond here are to kill each other and devour each other to cultivate the fusion realm. Once they advance to the fusion realm, they will be taken away by the demon cultivators of the Fox clan. They have their own place, and you will know when your cultivation base is consolidated." The middle-aged man crushed the black porcelain bottle in his hand, and strands of white light flew out. "This is a reward for you." Without any hesitation, the ghost beast immediately opened its mouth and swallowed the countless strands of white light. The shrill and gloomy screams reverberated in this space. "This is the wailing from those white light resentful spirits." "Is there anything else?" the ghost beast asked after taking so many living souls. "It's all right, you consolidate your cultivation base, and 2 years later, you will be the main force in conquering the mainland." The middle-aged man's eyes were full of anticipation and excitement. Understood. There was also a bit of strangeness in the cold and gloomy voice of the ghost beast. Obviously, he was more interested in the capture of the fox man. Then his whole body lurked in the deep pool and disappeared. The middle-aged man took out hundreds of black porcelain vases and threw them to one of the waiting shadows. "Speed up the breeding of high-level ghost beasts." "As ordered." The middle-aged man restrained the expression on his face, and then turned to leave after instructing some black shadows. Lum Wan and the 3 were shocked by the scene and conversation in front of them, and without delay, they followed the middle-aged man out of the passage vortex quickly, otherwise they would not only be troublesome to go out on their own, but also startled. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world. BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 876. After the middle-aged man left the second secret place of the whirlpool, he did not go to the third secret place, but returned to the palace where he was. Lum Wan and the others followed, and the middle-aged man didn't move until the next morning before returning to their rooms. Now to discuss things, Lum Wan used the power of his soul to summon into the grey stone space, mainly to beware of being spied on by some secret method of the Fox clan when he was alone in the palace gathering, and that would be troublesome. When a few people get together, the grey stone space can isolate all spiritual power investigations. Even the most powerful demon cultivator of the Fox clan will not know that this is a divine treasure, and that there is a universe in it. Without Lum Wan's control, other souls cannot enter. To meet in the old place, Jun Luokan has long been sitting on the stone chair and waiting. Have all 3 of you entered the secret place? What's inside? Nailange was more interested in what was hidden in the secret place of the Fox clan. Lum Wan glanced at him, but didn't hide it. We only went to 2 secret places. The first secret place is full of corpses of other monster clan fusion monsters in the demon domain. They are studying the weak points of their bodies. The second secret place is full of pawns, cultivating a large number of ghost beasts. They do these things with impure motives and great ambitions, Nailange said playfully. Studying the weaknesses of other demon clans will be beneficial to victory and control in future wars. Raising a large number of ghost beasts shows that the ambition is not small. This is a relatively advantageous war machine, and its role in the battlefield is similar to that of the poisonous army. Well, and from the conversation between the Fox clan manager and the ghost beast, the Fox clan is still colluding with the demon clan, and there may be a plan to conquer the entire continent. Lum Wen frowned, her eyes deep. Should we send the news back first, and let the people and the sea make plans and take precautions? Ye King Han didn't expect such a discovery when he came to the Fox this time. Lum Wen nodded and said decisively, send it now. I'll send a message to the Underworld Emperor and the Domain Master. You can send a message to your father and Lan Si, and see what they say. It is good. The two quickly used a special means of communication to send the news back, just to see what the top officials of the human race and sea race would do. Didn't you go to the third secret place? Nailanj asked. No, every secret place needs a familiar breath demon cultivator to open the stone gate. Unless we use brute force, we can't get in at all. Lum Wen paused and said, but once brute force is used, it will surely disturb the demon cultivator of the Fox clan who guards the secret place, which means that our identity will be exposed. That's true, but I made a discovery at the Fox clan's high-level banquet for the past 2 days, Nailanj said with a small smile. Lum Wen showed some interest. What did you find? Guess what? Just a reminder, it has something to do with the 11th commander. Nailanj's bad taste was reoffended. Lum Wen knew what he said, the 11 commanders should not be easy. She joked, the 11th commander will not be the illegitimate son of the Fox King. How did you know? Nailanj restrained the smile on his face, looked at her in surprise and asked, you can't really guess it? Lum Wen raised her eyebrows. I was joking just now. Is he really the illegitimate son of the Fox King? Well, when we were drinking yesterday, a high-level executive was dissatisfied with the arrogance of the 11th commander and whispered a few words, which happened to be heard by me. Nailanj continued, he should be able to enter the third secret place. Different from other commanders, the 11 commanders obviously knew a lot of the secrets of the Fox clan, but they never thought that he would be the illegitimate son of the Fox King. Is that the queen who can't tolerate him? Otherwise, why isn't the blood of the royal family made public? Lum Wen rubbed the bead on his wrist with his fingers, thought for a while and said, or maybe it was deliberately not exposed, just to do better. Hidden things. The 11th commander looks arrogant and playful, and this should be just an appearance, otherwise, how can he become a commander at a young age? Moreover, in the memory of the great commander, the position of the 11th commander was directly arranged by the Fox King, not like most of the other commanders who took the position by their contribution to the Fox clan. It's very possible. Nailanj nodded. I always feel that the 11 commanders are extraordinary, both in terms of strength and scheming, than the great commander we controlled before. This is an opportunity for us. Let's start with the 11 commanders. Lum Wen smiled. Whether it is the third secret place or the treasure of the Fox clan, maybe the clue is in him. Well, let's follow him with an invisibility talisman. Recently Ye King Han agreed. Lum Wen smiled and said, I think so too. Then what are you going to do with the things in the first and second secret places? Nailanj asked curiously. He didn't believe Lum Wen and the others would ignore it. I can't deal with it now. Let's make plans after Mingxiu wakes up and recovers, Lum Wen said. Their strength is really good, but they are not a direct opponent of the powerful Fox clan. If they don't get things done, they will attract a whole body of commotion. It is better to make a plan safely. Then she looked at Jun Luokan and asked, are those ghost beasts cultivated by the demon domain? Well, it should have been captured and cultivated by the demon domain and sent to the Fox clan. Otherwise, the Fox clan would not be able to create a place with such a strong yin shachi. Jun Luokan said, just the yin evil stones in the yin pond are a huge amount of resources, and what they want is definitely not small. Well, only when the hidden dangers of the demons are dealt with, can the human domain and the sea be safe. Lum Wen was thoroughly disgusted by the demons coming out from time to time. Your younger brother is not too ambitious. Could it be that his purpose is to unify the entire Guangling world? Lu Muan said with a frown. Jun Luoqin's eyes were deep, and after a while, he sighed, I don't know, he used to pretend to be good in front of me, but I really haven't understood him for so many years. But the ambition is definitely not less. After all, he can kill his brother and seize the throne. It is also possible to conquer other territories, he added with a self-deprecating sentence. Lu Muan saw Jun Luoqin showing a bit of sadness and complexity. She guessed that his feelings for the current demon venerable used to be very deep, but he was betrayed too hard, so there should be a lot of hatred. Several people discussed it again, and finally they all decided to follow the 11 commanders. Why do they have to go to the third secret place to scout? Maybe the treasure of the Fox clan is among them. So Lu Muan, Ye Qinghan, and Mo Yan continued to stick invisibility talismans outside the palace of the 11 commanders, and they would follow him if they found him out. In the beginning, there was no gain. The most common places the 11 commander went were private meetings with a few beauties of the Fox clan, or to play a few games in the casino. It was not until one afternoon more than 10 days later that the 11th commander headed towards the third secret place that Lu Muan had discovered before, and they knew that the opportunity had finally come. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 877. The 11th commander did not bring his entourage this time. He slowly strolled through the imperial garden behind the palace before entering an old and disrepaired yard that had been abandoned for a long time. After entering the abandoned yard, the 11 commander's mental energy was highly concentrated, and he swept the surroundings. After confirming that no one was following him, he quickly walked to a dry well and jumped down. Lu Muan and the other 3 also followed him and jumped down. The deepest part of the dry well was a puddle of dry mud, nothing special. The 11th commander took out a fox-shaped jade token and threw it at it. In an instant, the bottom of the well turned into a transparent door, and the 11th commander drilled in without hesitation. Lu Muan and the 3 quickly got in before the transparent door closed. The third secret place is a huge underground palace, surrounded by demon cultivators in the fusion realm. I have seen His Royal Highness. When they saw the 11th commander, the guards saluted respectfully. Lu Muan and Mo Yan looked at each other, and said through voice transmission, he is actually the crown prince of the nine-tailed fox clan, so is he your half-brother? I can't sense the blood in his body, he should not have been born to that woman, Mo Yan said with an unpredictable expression. Lu Muan frowned slightly. When we went to see the queen before, could she sense your bloodline? I know she is the queen of the nine-tailed fox clan, so she used a secret technique to seal the bloodline, and she couldn't sense it. Mo Yan's eyes turned cold, he would not recognize that woman. Lu Muan touched his chin. Since the 11th commander is not a child born to the queen, how can he be a prince? The most important thing is that he still looks so similar to you, as if it was carved out of a mold. Besides, with your mother's shrewdness, it's impossible not to know about this. I always feel that there is some secret in it, she added. It will be revealed slowly. Mo Yan also had many questions in his heart. Lu Muan nodded. The nine-tailed fox clan hides so many secrets. They continued to follow the 11th commander, and he finally went to a room with nothing. Commander 11 closed his eyes, and a spiritual force gathered from his sea of consciousness, and then condensed on the top of his head. Then he saw a crimson nine-tailed fox phantom looming above his head, and then drilled into the opposite wall. Boom boom boom. After a while, the opposite wall made a few noises and automatically opened. Lu Muan and the others followed in the footsteps of the 11th commander. As soon as they entered, the door behind them was automatically closed, and the speed was very fast. As soon as the door was closed, a strong spiritual energy rushed towards him. It is a place like a fairyland on earth. The place is not very big, at least you can see through it at a glance. but all around are full of spiritual plants and spiritual flowers, and treasures are piled everywhere, such as magic tools, medicinal pills, spiritual objects, etc. There is a Lingquan in the front. The Lingquan is very pure and has a high degree of aura. If it takes tens of thousands of years, it may be able to give birth to 10,000 years of spiritual milk. Commander 11 walked to Lingquan and sat cross-legged, took out a cup at will, scooped up a cup and drank it. He didn't know that someone was spying not far away, so the knots on his hands kept changing, and his face began to twist after a while. For a moment, a completely different face appeared. The appearance of this demon cultivator is somewhat similar to that of the queen. What surprised Lu Muyan and the others the most was that these 11 commanders looked exactly like Mo Yan. If they stood together, others would definitely think they were twins. Not to mention Lu Muyan and Yaking Han, even Mo Yan himself was surprised when he saw the true face of the 11 commanders. He felt it again with his heart, but there was still no sense of blood connection. But why did this demon cultivator look so similar to him? And after these 11 commanders revealed their true faces, he suddenly had an inexplicable feeling in his heart. Immediately, a flash of light flashed in his mind, and he sensed it again with a special secret technique of the Spirit Devourer, and then his face changed greatly. The 11th commander suddenly felt a pulse of blood throbbing. He frowned, feeling somewhat inexplicable in his heart. After a while, he settled down and began to practice. As time passed, Lu Muyan and the others could only walk around to see what treasures were on the ground, trying to find the treasures of the Fox clan, but they found nothing. The other party is cultivating, but they can't, because once they practice, it will inevitably cause fluctuations in the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, and even if there is an invisibility talisman, it will be exposed. So just wait. After another 3 days, the 11 commanders who were sitting cross-legged slowly opened their eyes and took out a crystal ball from the space ring. Soon, the crystal ball emitted a light, and a figure appeared on the crystal ball. Not long after Lu Muyan came to Guangling World, Mingxiu also refined a crystal ball of the same type for contact, but the level in the hands of the 11 commanders was much higher. "What's the matter with me?" Commander 11 asked indifferently, looking at the crystal ball. His temperament at this time formed a sharp contrast with the arrogance and playfulness before, and it was obvious that this was the real him. "I miss you," a beautiful voice came from the crystal ball. Lu Muyan squinted as soon as he heard this voice. It was the voice of the 3 saintess of the demon race. The 11 commander raised his eyebrows slightly. "You want my life, right? How come? It's too late for me to love you," the 3 saints giggled. "Isn't that the last time you suffered a little loss? Why remember it for so long? And after all, we are a husband and wife for 100 days. Your sister has always been thinking about your taste." The 3 saints' beautiful faces showed a dash of charming amorous feelings. Lu Muyan couldn't help but get goosebumps when she heard her soft voice. This fox prince's taste is too unique. He actually likes this kind of ruthless old woman. When the 11th commander heard his words, his face was immediately stained with anger, and his eyes were full of coldness. "If I hadn't accidentally been poisoned, I would have been tricked by you. Whoever married you for 100 days is ashamed." Speaking of shameless, for some unknown reason, the voice and smile of that woman from the Jinpeng tribe actually swirled in his mind. He shook his head. It was crazy to think of that woman. The most important thing is that he dislikes the 3 saintess in the crystal ball deeply, but he doesn't actually dislike that woman, and even faintly thinks her cute. Aren't they all the same shameless women? Giggle. The 3 saints didn't get angry because of his words, but smiled ambiguous. "Sister likes your angry look. What's the matter with you? If it's just to say this, I will cut off the connection with the crystal ball," the 11th commander said with a cold face. "Okay, since you are so incomprehensible, then the elder sister will not tease you." The 3 saints showed some regrets on their faces. Immediately, she smiled and said, Mojun has already been poisoned by your mother's queen, and his actions will remain unchanged after 2 years. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 878. The 11th commander, the prince of the Fox clan, pondered for a while when he heard the words of the 3 saints. What are you thinking about? The 3 saints' soft and boneless voice sounded, full of soft affection. The Fox prince frowned and obviously didn't like her behavior. Since the plan remains unchanged, let's do it first. You really throw it away when you run out. The 3 saints' tone was full of sorrow. That's it, the Fox prince really didn't want to talk anymore. If it weren't for the plan between the 2 clans, he would not have contacted the 3 saints of the demon clan. Just as he was about to cut off the connection with the crystal ball, the other party called out, "Hold on. What's the matter?" The Fox prince already seemed very impatient. "I heard that Lum Wen and others went to the demon realm. You guys should be more careful, that woman is a scourge wherever she goes," the 3 saintess reminded. The prince of the Fox clan showed a bit of playfulness in his eyes. "Lum Wen? Is that the woman who shines brightly in the battlefield outside the territory?" "Yes, it's her." The 3 saintess expressed their dissatisfaction with Lum Wen in her tone. "You have a grudge against her?" The Fox prince raised his eyebrows. "Do you care about me?" The 3 saintess chuckled and asked without answering. The face of the prince of the Fox clan instantly turned cold again. "What does Lum Wen have to do with me if she doesn't come to Yeyu? You want to kill her with my hand? Don't be imaginative, I'm not a fool. She's a scourge. Wherever she goes, she will cause scourges, so you should be careful, or let her know about our plan, and she will definitely destroy it," said the 3 saints. The prince of the Fox clan snorted coldly. "I don't think she is a scourge. If it scourges our Guangling world, we won't win because of her. You should keep that little thought in your belly. It's too much to figure out already." The originally tender face of the 3 saints froze when she heard his words, and her voice carried a rare coldness. "Since you don't listen to my reminder, forget it. Don't blame me for not telling you when you will suffer." "Humph, I really appreciate your kindness." The Fox prince didn't want to say any more, and cut off the connection with the crystal ball. Bitch. After putting away the crystal ball, the Fox prince's face darkened. He decided in his heart that he must strangle the 3 saints to death in the future. He was really disgusted and panicked with such a woman dangling in front of him. As for that night, an arc was raised on his lips. Did the woman really think she slept with her? That's too small to look down on him. The Fox clan is best at fantasy. If it wasn't for being poisoned, he would have shot the woman to death at that time, so why use the blindfold? He was not disgusted by Lum Wen, whom the 3 saintess spoke of. Having seen the entire battle in Outland, he admired Lum Wen's arrogance and domineering. But just think about it, the plan starts 2 years later, and they may become enemies. Soon, he will restrain those messy thoughts. These things are insignificant to him. However, after being disturbed by the 3 saints, he calmed down and cultivated and could not find any feeling, so he stood up and walked out of the secret place. The 3 of Lum Wen did not leave with him, and they were still looking for the treasure of the Fox clan. After the prince of the Fox family left, Lum Wen looked at Mo Yan's face and asked with concern, "What's wrong with you?" "It's okay, I accidentally used the bloodline of the spirit-devouring beasts to stimulate, but I didn't expect to sense the transmission of the bloodline connection in his body." Mo Yan sighed. "Ah," Lum Wen said in surprise, "that means he is actually your brother. This turn of events is really surprising." Maybe Mo Yan's voice was a bit lonely. If this Fox Prince is really his brother, he doesn't know what to do with it. The mystery is really getting bigger and bigger now. Lum Wen frowned and said, "I believe we will solve it. I always feel that there are secrets about your mother and brother." "Well, let's go with everything." Mo Yan smiled lightly. If he hadn't met Lum Wen, maybe he would still yearn for those so-called family affections, but now that he has Lum Wen and a few spiritual pets, he can be regarded as having relatives, so it doesn't matter if he has a mother and brothers. What's more, when he thinks that the woman gave birth to a son with someone else, his heart is disgusted. You said that you discovered the blood relationship between the two of you using the spirit-devouring beast's secret technique. Lum Wen pondered for a moment, raised his head and asked Mo Yan. Mo Yan nodded, yes. Is it possible that he actually has the blood of a spirit-devouring beast? Lum Wen had such an inexplicable thought in his mind. Mo Yan's eyes were dark, and after a while, he said, I don't know, this kind of secret method can only sense the blood, and it is impossible to judge whether he has the blood of the spirit-devouring beast. Secret law can judge. This secret method alone is obviously not applicable at present. Forget it, anyway, there will always be a time to uncover the truth. Lum Wen couldn't think of any secrets inside. Let's look for the treasure of the Fox clan first. Mo Yan is a little confused now, and he doesn't want to think about it anymore, he needs to take care of it. Yes, let's find the Fox clan first, Ye King Han agreed. So the three of them split up and searched for the treasure of the Fox clan. The appearance and breadth of the treasure, the ancestor of Xianxia has already passed on to her. I searched all the treasures here, and they found nothing. I've searched for it 3 times. Could it be that the Fox clan's treasure is not here? Ye King Han pursed his lips. Mo Yan said, the treasure of the Fox clan may also be in other places. After we go out, let's continue to follow the Fox clan prince and see if he has any other movements. Ye King Han sighed. Lum Wen didn't speak, she always felt that something was wrong there. No, she murmured softly. What's wrong? Ye King Han asked. That picture is wrong. Lum Wen suddenly raised his head and pointed to a picture scroll hanging on the deepest wall. Mo Yan and Ye King Han looked at the painting at the same time, but they didn't find anything wrong. Lum Wen walked over quickly and took down the scroll. This painting is just a middle-grade holy treasure, but the worst of all the treasures here is a supreme-grade holy treasure. There are no spiritual things at the heaven level, but all of them are God level. She spoke slowly. It's really not right. Why should a middle-grade holy treasure hang in this position? Ye King Han heard her words and realized that something was wrong. Mo Yan stretched out his hand and touched the scroll, and suddenly bursts of storm surged up in the sea of consciousness, making him dizzy. He couldn't help closing his eyes. Mo Yan, what's wrong with you? Lum Wen found that something was wrong with Mo Yan, and immediately wanted to cut off his connection with the picture scroll. But it was found that the spiritual force acting on the picture scroll was actually absorbed into it. Ye King Han's Yuan Li was also completely sucked out of the picture scroll. The two looked at each other and quickly retracted their hands. Mo Yan suddenly opened his eyes, and a pure white 9-tailed fox phantom loomed above his head. The treasure of the Fox clan is in the picture scroll, he said in a hoarse voice. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world. BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 879. Mo Yan's mother was the royal bloodline of the 9-tailed fox clan, and he naturally inherited the bloodline of the 9-tailed fox clan. Therefore, as soon as he came across the picture that had to be verified by blood, the blood of the 9-tailed fox in his body was stimulated, and the phantom of the 9-tailed fox spontaneously condensed in the sea of knowledge. The phantom of the 9-tailed fox hovered above Mo Yan's head for a moment, turning into a streamer and rushing into the picture scroll. Mo Yan's sea of knowledge also immediately received the news of this picture scroll. The treasure of the Fox clan is in this scroll. Hearing Mo Yan's words, Lum Wen asked suspiciously, is there a secret hidden in this scroll? Well, this picture scroll is actually a sumi space, which contains the treasure of the Fox clan. It must be opened by the royal bloodline demon cultivator of the Fox clan. Mo Yan replied. So that's the case, can you take out the treasure of the Fox clan? Lum Wan asked. Mo Yan took out an elixir that Lum Wan refined to restore mental power and took it. I'll give it a try. Okay. Lum Wan had some anticipation in his eyes. Mo Yan closed his eyes, and the demon consciousness followed the phantom of the nine-tailed fox into the picture scroll. About half an hour later, he slowly opened his eyes, his mind moved, and a bead emitting a colorful glazed light fell on his hand. Is this one? Lum Wan took the beads and compared the information given by the old man Xianxia, and said with a smile, this is indeed the treasure of the Fox clan. Let's find a way to get out first. The picture scroll was triggered before, and we took away the treasure of the Fox family. The Fox King may have a feeling, Mo Yan said with a pale face. Lum Wan nodded, well, you can recover for a while, I have a way to get out. Then she took Mo Yan's hand and input the green spiritual power in his body into his body. Soon, Mo Yan basically made up for the essence lost by forcibly breaking the defense in the picture scroll to get the Fox clan treasure. How can you get out? Mo Yan asked. Lum Wan said with a smile, I have written down the aura and face of the Fox Prince before, you can transform into his appearance with the respiration pill, and your bloodlines are the same, you should be able to deceive outsiders. Formation prohibition. Okay, Mo Yan said. So Mo Yan took the Fuxi pill and transformed into the appearance of the 11 commanders, and Lum Wan and Yeking Han continued to put on the invisibility amulet. Mo Yan remembered how the Fox Prince went and how to open the place before, so he quickly returned to the dry well through the Guardian formation here. After returning to the dry well, in order to prevent accidentally encountering the 11 commanders and revealing their identity, Mo Yan also posted an invisibility charm, and they quickly left and returned to their respective rooms. Then the power of the soul gathered again in the Greystone space to discuss countermeasures. Now that the Fox clan treasure has been obtained, we may expose it at any time, Lum Wan said. Then do we continue to pretend to be the third prince and they stay and pretend to be ignorant, or just run away? Yeking Han thought for a while and said, I prefer to leave the Fox clan and find a safe place to wake up the cultivator. He always felt that the consequences of staying behind might be great. Well, what King Han said is also what I thought. Lum Wan pondered for a moment and said, I have a way, so that the nine-tailed fox clan can't do anything to the Tianpeng clan even if they are suspicious. What way? Nailange asked curiously. Lum Wan chuckled lightly, this method will also use you. Nailange rolled her eyes at her, and the woman asked him to do things again, you talk first and listen. You go to 3 corpses with the same cultivation base as the third prince, and then let them take Fuxi pill to transform into the appearance of the third prince, creating an illusion of being killed. Lum Wan paused and said, then we can just run around. Only she can unravel the person or demon cultivator transformed by the rebreathing pill, so she is not afraid of being discovered by the other party. Who is the murderer then? Nailange squinted, looked at Lum Wan angrily and asked, you wouldn't want me to do it again, would you? You're too smart, Lum Wan said with a smile, just use your identity as the chief commander as a murderer, run away when someone is attracted, and use the invisibility amulet immediately after throwing away those demon cultivators. We meet. Nailange didn't answer immediately, he pondered and then raised his eyebrows and said, I can help, but the amount of spirit wine needs to be doubled. Okay, it's just doubling, it's trivial, I'll be brewing several new spirit wines for you to try, I'm sure you won't miss Shu. Lum Wan said with a generous smile. Because he didn't go out with the demon cultivator of the Fox clan, Lum Wan looted a lot. To be precise, the third secret place of the Fox clan dedicated to keeping treasures has been looted by her, and the spirit grass and spirit flowers on the ground, and even the spirit spring, have been moved into the bell space by her. There is no pressure or guilt in looting the enemy's things. Imagining the appearance of the Fox King and the senior members of the Fox clan's fury, Lum Wan felt relieved. The most important thing is that the spirit grass and spirit flowers in the secret land of the Fox clan are of high grade. 10th rank ones account for more than 1/3, and the rest are 9th rank ones. She will use them to refine medicine pills and brew them later. There is no need to worry about the materials of spirit wine. You seem to have gained a lot in the 3rd secret place this time. Nailange saw Lumwian smiling happily, and with such generosity, she was sure that she had probably finished moving the things in the Fox clan secret place. That's right, don't do it for nothing. It's not good for us to keep the demon cultivators of the Fox clan to strengthen their strength. I'm not a fool. Lumwian smiled like a little fox. Nailange said hilariously, well done, I still support it. Lumwian obtained high-grade spirit grass, which also meant that the grade and type of spirit wine she brewed would be improved, and he naturally welcomed it. Then go do something quickly, otherwise they will find out that the secret land has been looted, and it will be difficult for us to run away, Lumwian said with a pouted lip. Nailange did not delay, and immediately exited the Greystone space to do business. Lumwian, Yekinghan, and Mo Yan also researched the escape route. Boom, after half an hour, there was a lot of fighting in the palace where the 3rd prince and others lived. The fox guards who were patrolling around rushed over immediately, and then saw the commander flying out of the palace. Great Commander, what's going on? The 4th commander, who had always been at odds with the Great Commander, rushed to the scene immediately and found that the 3rd prince and his children were dead, and he asked with an ugly face. The 3 kings, father and daughter, are of great use to the Fox clan's occupation of the Tianpeng clan, but they did not expect to be killed by the chief commander. That's what you saw, the commander sneered. You dare to kill them without authorization, are you crazy? The 4th commander found that the chief commander dared to publicly challenge the king's prestige. His face was indignant, but his heart was full of joy. Humph, the king was unkind to me back then, so I'll be unjust to him, the commander said with a look of hatred. My wife died at the hands of the demon cultivator of my own clan. If it wasn't for the connivance of the king, how could she possibly be? Die. Are you going to rebel against the king? The 4 commanders said with wide-eyed eyes. Go away, the commander didn't explain much. He immediately took out his weapon and opened up a way to escape quickly. Come on, the 4th commander led a team to quickly chase after him. However, when he chased after a place, he found that the great commander in the whole space had disappeared out of thin air, and he could not even catch his breath. My evil imperial wife is too arrogant, trash against the world, BlackBelly evil wife is too arrogant. Author, Lan by Gezi. Chapter 880. The great commander disappeared inexplicably out of thin air, and the 4th commander mobilized a large number of demon cultivators to dig 3 feet into the ground without finding him. The other commanders also led their teams to search around, but there was still no news of the great commander. The Fox clan prince looked gloomy, and his whole body exuded a coldness. He just thought about how to use the 3rd prince to make a fuss about the Tianpeng clan, but who knew that the goddamn commander went crazy and killed people? He knew something about the chief commander's wife. Although it appeared that the woman died in an accident, it was actually done by the 8 commanders, and the Fox King did not pursue it after learning the news. Unexpectedly, it was such a trivial matter that it would lead to the retaliation of the great commander and paralyze all plans. Suddenly, a special messenger fell into his hands. He was stunned. This was a special communication talisman made by the royal family, for the Fox King. The treasure of the Fox clan may be stolen, go check it out. There was only one message in the communication, but the Fox clan prince was shocked into a cold sweat. He immediately summoned several high-level officials who knew the secret of the 3rd secret and his identity to go to the 3rd secret. After all, he went alone, and he couldn't tell with a few mouths. When they saw that the 3rd secret place had been looted, and even the water pool with rich spiritual energy had disappeared, several elders almost spit out a mouthful of old blood. The prince of the Fox clan looked ashen. He never expected such a thing to happen. Check, you must find out who did it, and if you bring it back, let him live and die. An elder of the fox clan usually cherishes the spirit grass and spirit flowers here, and wants to invite a senior winemaker to make spirit wine. Now all the materials are gone, and the other party has not even left a leaf, which is simply digging his heart. Could this also be done by the commander? An elder asked suspiciously. The prince of the fox clan shook his head. Impossible, it is impossible for him to come in without the royal blood of the fox clan. The other elders were also very puzzled. To enter this place, there must be a matching atmosphere and face formation to recognize the free entry and exit. The Grand Commander really does not match each other. Who would have stolen it? This was the question of the elders. There are two options. One is that there are spies inside us. We must check all the royal demon cultivators who can enter and exit the third secret place, including this prince. Another possibility is that the other party has some kind of special means can be unknowingly enter the third secret place to steal the treasure. The fox prince paused and added, this prince prefers the second type. Although the first one is also possible, it is impossible for the demon cultivators of the royal family to do such detrimental things. The things here are the biggest treasure trove of the fox clan. If they are lost, no one can escape the relationship. He prefers the second possibility, mainly because it happened so coincidentally. The three kings, father and daughter, were just killed by the commander, and the treasure in the third secret place was stolen. He always felt that there must be somewhat a link. Quickly blocked the teleportation formations and access points of the fox clan leading to other demon domains. The fox clan prince said, search the whole city for the great commander and suspicious demon cultivators. Yes, the other elders jumped in anger but could do nothing at this time, because they really didn't know who did this kind of thing. However, he has slashed the great commander 100 times in his heart. Even if the treasure trove was not stolen by him, it definitely has something to do with him. The fox prince suddenly thought of something, turned and left quickly. Several elders chased after them. Prince, have you found anything? I think that the death of the third prince and his daughter is not quite right. I will go and see. The prince of the fox clan did not hide it. After examining the bodies of the three princes, father and daughter, although the face and breath were all correct, the fox prince always felt that something was wrong. After the fox king knew that the treasure in the third secret place and the treasure of the fox clan had been stolen, he couldn't sit still any longer, and immediately took the queen back to the fox clan quickly. It even mobilized all the hidden forces to secretly act to investigate suspicious objects that have recently appeared in the fox clan and even the demon domain. No matter how messed up the fox clan was at this time, Lum Wan and the others had successfully left the fox clan's territory, which still depended on her talisman strengths. In the hearts of everyone, Lum Wan is most powerful at refining attack and defense talismans, but in fact, she is best at more partial talismans like invisibility and teleportation talismans. When she came, she left the imprint of the formation in the space channel. As long as the teleportation charm was activated, she could teleport multiple times. Even if the fox clan found their traces, they had already left when they arrived. What's more, she is still very sure of her Fuxi pill. Using the advanced teleportation charm, they soon returned to the Tianpeng clan's territory. During the period when they sneaked into the fox clan, Kai's identity has been made public by the king of Jinpeng, and he was recognized by the elders of the royal family of the Tianpeng clan, and he was even named the prince. Ye King Han broke the contract with Qi when he left the Tianpeng clan. The animal control techniques in the Tianling continent, including the Guangling realm, are mainly to serve the master, and it can also cancel the contractual relationship with the spiritual pet. After all, some spirit beast masters can't contract a few spirit pets in their lifetime. After the cultivation level is promoted, some spirit pets will cancel the contract and find suitable spirit pets again. Ye King Han's actions can only show that he has no selfishness towards Qi. Even if the contract is terminated, they are still the most important partners and relatives. This kind of behavior made Qi even more moved, made King Jinpeng very satisfied, and had a better impression on Ye Qinghan and the others. Taking advantage of Kai's status as the prince of the Tianpeng clan, Lum Weian went to a secret place of the Tianpeng clan to rescue Mingxiu. Ye Qinghan and the others also stayed outside the secret area so that no one would disturb them. Lum Weian first arranged a spirit gathering array and a soul gathering array, and then placed the Buddha beads on his wrist into the array. She took out the treasure of the Fox clan and put it directly into the Buddha beads. The colorful glazed light instantly enveloped Mingxiu's white soul, flickering and flickering. After Lum Weian activated the formation, she sat cross-legged in the formation and recited the scriptures that are good for strengthening the soul for 7, 7, and 49 days. The light and color of the colorful colored glaze is constantly circulating and washing the soul of the meditation. The essence and spiritual energy condensed by the spirit gathering array and the soul gathering array also drilled into the Buddha beads and entered the soul of the meditation. 49 days later, the two 10th grade formations made a click sound and turned to ashes. A burst of red light emerged from the string of Buddha beads, and immediately transformed into a man of peerless grace and beauty. Meditation. Lum Weian's eyes were dyed with a layer of mist, pursing her lips and looking at the man in red with tenderness. Mingxiu's soul is very powerful. Although he was in a deep sleep before, Lum Weian talked to him every day, and he could hear it. As soon as his soul woke up, there was only one thought in his heart and mind, and that was to miss Lum Weian madly. He quickly walked to Lum Weian, took her into his arms, and hugged her tightly.